Coach, I guess, able to flip the script today, kind of did to A&M what a lot of teams have done to you, I guess, as of late. Had to be a nice way to go out.
It is a nice way to go out. I give a lot of credit to our players. They could have showed up and mailed it in. Everything had been taken away from us of any opportunity we had. The score got away from us early. Dalton went out. He was deserving of that start. He's been one of the best teammates we've had in this program. And that's why I made that decision to go with him. And gave up some runs early. It wasn't because of walks, because they hit the ball. And then Eric Martin kept us at bay kept the game close as we were fighting back. And then Trevor Sharpie came in and shut the door. And I give a lot of credit. I told our players that was a character win right there. And I will not say that win builds us into next year. There's a lot of work, as I said yesterday, that we have to do. One win doesn't turn around a season. We have a lot of work to do, and it starts tomorrow for the coaching staff and the players, guys going out to summer ball. Every one of us has to get better in every facet because this, like I said to the team, this is the last senior class that I want to see leave without a postseason appearance, and it really tears me up to know this program still hasn't been to Hoover since 2007. There's too many good things in this program to say that, and I want to be the one, and this coaching staff wants to be the one, and I hope the players that we have coming back, and there's quite a few of them, want to be the ones that can say we're the first one to get this place back to where it should be each and every year.
Coach, you mentioned the character win, the fact that these kids didn't lay down on their final game with quote-unquote nothing to play for. What does that speak to, like these young kids wanting to send those seniors out of wins?
Well, I thought all along that these guys want to win. I don't know if they know exactly how on a daily basis. Showing up every day knowing that there's going to be obstacles in their way that we're going to have to overcome. We're able to overcome them today, but I'm talking about the longevity of a season. This game is a failure sport. It brings out the mental toughness in people, and that's where I feel like we as a program right now have to get over that hump. We have to be able to overcome the negative things that happen in the game and get better in every facet. I mean, it's every facet. It's pitching, it's defense, it's base running, it's outfield play, it's inside game, it's power numbers. We have everything to work on, and I believe in our guys we have coming back. They're going to be different individuals next year. Many of them played in the SEC for the first time. That's not an excuse because this time of the year, you're not a first-time SEC player anymore. And I didn't see the improvement that I expect to see, especially at the end of the year. Today, like I said, is a good day for them, but it's one win. And it doesn't lead us into the summer with momentum. There's momentum that we have to create on our own.
This is almost too simplistic of a question, but with there not being anything to play for, do you see the guys maybe have more fun than they have as of late, just playing the last game, playing with the seniors for one last time?
Yeah, I guess there's always a way of, the pressure's relieved and maybe you can, but that's how baseball should be played. It's a fun sport. It's a kid's game, and you should go out there and play and have fun. And like I said, it's a failure sport too, and you can't dwell on the negative. The negative's going to happen. You're going to make good pitches, it's going to fall in. You're going to hit the ball hard, it's going to be caught. So, yeah, you're right. There was some pressure lifted, and I think we rose the occasion a little bit. But that's not how we want to be. When the horses are out of the barn, we don't want to be able to execute and win games. We want to be able to win games when it's hard and it's difficult, and we have to overcome things.
I guess, did you speak to Simcox making that big hit and kind of an example of one of the young guys who you want to see go through these experiences?
I've seen a progression with AJ. I'll tip my hat, not just the hit he got, but he makes a miscue on the feed to Moberg, and then the game comes back and gives him the next ball, and he makes a play. And to me, that's character right there. Because if you're dwelling on the last play, then you throw the next one away. And those are the kind of things we want to do on the first time. And if we don't do it on the first time, do it on the second time. But he clutched up with a big hit. And, for a guy that was sitting in the two-hole, if you look at his RBI numbers and his average of runners in scoring position, he's done a fabulous job with that. And we need more guys throughout the lineup that are putting up those kind of numbers when runners are in scoring position.
You've logged a couple of years in college baseball. Have you ever seen a senior day with two kids?
No, I can say that. No, I haven't. And it's it's part of, it's having seniors leadership is important. It is important, especially when they're guys like Zach Luther and Zach Godley that are all about the program. Sometimes senior leadership can take a team down when they're maybe not the elite players and aren't getting the opportunities. Zach Godley obviously got a lot of opportunities. Luther didn't, but he never let it. He never wore it on his sleeve. He was always a great teammate. No, I've never been part of that. But Coach Berge brought up a good point. We've been together now, I think, 9 years, and that was the first time we've won the last game. We lost in Omaha. We lost in some regionals. The only other time I've won the last game was in 2004 when I was part of a national championship team. So maybe that's progress right there.
Does that just really speak to almost how overwhelmingly, you're only losing 2 guys off the roster that you know of? And
my hope, we have some guys that are going to be eligible for the draft. My hope is that they realize, like I do, that there's a lot of unfinished business out there, and that I hope that everybody that has the chance to come back wants to come back and see this thing all the way through. Guys are going to get opportunities, like I said, but just like I told Luther and Godley and Yates and Meacham, guys that are moving on, and 2 of them being student managers that were players in this program, is that our success in the future will be partially attributed to what they've brought to this program. And the guys who left last year that were seniors. I'll look back at all those guys that brought a little bit to the table that helped build this thing back up to where it needs to be.
I guess the last one I have is, on paper, the record's almost identical to last year. But why are you walking away, I guess, this year with a different feeing? Why is this?
Well, I'm not walking away with a different feeling, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm really not. It's the same empty feeling that I had last year. The difference is we're not rebuilding next year. We're growing up. We'll have a lot of guys returning. So that second year in my career, I've noticed guys have made huge strides. I had a long talk with Coach Horton, who's my mentor, who took over the Oregon program, and he's one of the greatest coaches I've ever been around. And his first 2 years at Oregon, building a program, were more miserable than this. Mm-hmm. And he reminded me that it takes time to learn how to win. And it took their younger guys to grow up and be more fundamentally sound. And I'm kind of holding on to that. I'm not going to just stop working. My staff's not going to stop working, and I hope our players don't stop working. We've got to create the success ourselves. We've got to work extremely hard. We've got to fix a lot of things. And a lot of people say we're close. I don't think we're as close. We're going to have to work extremely hard to make us close next year to being a good program.